I don't remember the exact record on number of deaths in a series, but I'm going to assume that we probably have it beat at this point at 192, because oh boy, we've died a lot. But anyways, hello everybody. My name's Ardendrous, and welcome back to RWBYM World of Blocks. I don't actually need you in there anymore. Last time we went ahead and started upgrading the uh infusion matrix. And we actually have one of the upgrade things, the infusion cost stone down there. We could make another type of upgrade to upgrade speed, but we didn't have enough diamonds. I went and picked up a few more of those along with a whole bunch more redstone because we'd run out of both. But we might make this. I'll probably make another cost thing before I make a speed thing. I'm probably going to make two of each just to see what effect they have because I am curious. Do they counteract each other properly? Or, in how do I actually want to word what I'm trying to say here? Does one speed one exactly counteract one cost one? Because each speed one makes it faster at the downfall of cost, but each cost one makes it cost less but take longer. I'm curious if it like purely cancels each other out, or if having one of each would make it slightly cheaper and slightly faster, but not as big a boost in either direction as just one of them. I think I'd rather go for cost rather than speed. Getting it done faster would hopefully make it so it goes bad less. But I think using less Essentia overall would be better still. But anyways, last time we did that, and we went ahead and made this thing the Causality Collapser. So the next time we get a Flex Rift, we should be able to properly handle it, rather than hoping that it doesn't end up somewhere too bad and mess everything up. I still have to fix that, I just noticed. So I need a silverwood log, and I need a couple great wood planks. Like so, and so, and so. But yeah, that's about what we got up to last time. Just upgrades, fought a Goliath that was in our backyard, all that good stuff. And that's about what we got up to, as I've already said. Today, or we had looked at elemental tools, we made the entire set of thaumium gear, and we know how to turn them into cooler upgrades, like a auto pickaxe that will give you clusters occasionally, or a shovel that does 3x3, or a hoe that acts as bone meal, all that cool stuff. The most exciting one's probably the pickaxe one, like getting double ores would be nice, but it's very expensive. It costs an rare earth, and I only have one of those on hand. There's a couple other Ruby things, Thaumcraft things I kind of want to take a look at today. One being the infusion enchantments, just because I'm finishing up infusion sounds like it would be nice. This has been some of the best quality of life things. But I also want to take a look, hopefully, at the Essentia distillation. Because we have the centrifuge unlocked. This will turn high-end things, like it will turn instrumentum into metallum and whatever else is in instrumentum. I don't actually remember now. Instrumentum is metallum and potentia. Okay, that makes sense. Like the centrifuge will turn one type of thing into one of the two things that makes it. But I was kind of hoping to be able to turn two base things. Like if I could take all this air and all this terra and turn it in to whatever that turns into, I don't know. I would like to be able to do that because we need a new pair of boots. These ones are about to break, but that requires a whole lot of modus, which is fine. We smelted up a whole bunch of ender pearls to get the alien out of them. But that also needs a whole lot of the, not air, the volatus, which is like the feather one. And the only thing I've found that has that in that is feathers. Or arrows. I might actually have enough arrows to make this do. But it's going to get very expensive. We don't have many feathers left. I need to smelt up a lot of these if I want to make one pair of boots. It is made, however, I can actually look this up real quick. That's why I was all the way over here. Volatus is made with air and modus. We already have a decent amount of modus. We're going to need more of it. And we already have a bunch of air, because we get air whenever we smelt up a feather too. So I was hoping that we could put them together somehow, which is kind of why I want to look at essentia distillation, because I think this might be what I'm after. Or what I'm after doesn't exist. I suppose either is technically plausible. But to do this, we're going to need to look at the Arcane Bellows, which is in Artifice. We need to go down Infernal Furnace first, which requires obsidian, nether brick, and blaze rods. I've already went to grab those, and just visiting the nether and knowing about Ignis. Those things you're already going to do by this point anyways. I have found that a large part of my day tends to be taken up with smelting things in a furnace. Surely there is a way I can make this less of a chore. I'm to go somewhere hot for inspiration, somewhere really hot. Okay, now we can make triple meat treats. Something about that feels weird. And this thing, nether bricks, obsidian, iron bars, and lava will get you this thing. I took a trip to the nether and was inspired by what I found there. By harnessing raw ignis within a furnace crafted from obsidian, nether brick, and a pinch of Salus Mundus, makes sense, Salus Mundus is used for everything, I'll be able to make a highly efficient and fuel-free furnace. So efficient, in fact, that occasionally it will produce bonus materials in the form of nuggets, rare earths, or other items. Okay, so I need to make this thing because I need a whole bunch of rare earth. Well, this is essentially free. It is also very slow unless the furnace gets a steady supply of viz from the aura. It should be noticed that the furnace will occasionally create a small amount of flux as well. I'm sure it is nothing to worry about. Anything dropped into the top will be smelted out and spit out in the front. If the object is not normally smeltable, it will be destroyed. I can place a chest or other container directly in front to have it eject items into it. Cooking meat will produce meaty chunks as a byproduct. I combine 3 different types of these chunks with sugar for a delicious and invigorating treat. Okay, so I'm going to need a little bit more obsidian because I think I only have 11 at home. And we're going to need more nether bricks. I could make those, or I can just go break the nether fortress real quick. Although it will only take me like a moment. With our handy dandy not viz, psi energy thing. Yeah, that's right. Words are hard. Like so. For really, Arya? Really? Get back here. I need those. Rude. Anyways, yeah, I need 12 nether bricks. That's 48 nether bricks there. And I'm going to need 2 more obsidian. So I'll go grab that in just a moment. But that was kind of the side project. It was the first step, but we wanted to look at Arcane Bellows first. Need to know about Golomancy, and we need an air crystal. Simple enough, I have plenty of those. So... air crystal. Arcane Bellows. I should start with some simple projects to test my theories. Animating the inanimate is no simple feat. Stoking furnaces with a bellows increases their heat and smelting speed, but pumping air by hand seems like a crazy waste of my time and talent. Now, if the bellows were able to pump itself, that would be a different matter entirely. Addendum added to smelting and infernal furnace. Okay, hold on, I'll look at that in a moment. The Arcane Bellows performs much the same function as its mundane counterpart. The only difference is that it happily pumps away by itself, sending forth a stream of never-ending air. As I'd hoped, they can be attached to furnaces to increase their smelting speed. It is also possible to attach them to crucibles to reduce the time it takes for their water to boil. Bellows can be deactivated by applying a redstone signal. I'm confident more uses will reveal themselves eventually. Okay, there's very simple and that sounds kind of cool. But something new in Infernal Furnace? Attaching an Arcane Bellows has shown some interesting results. The elemental infused air not only stokes the flames, increasing its smelting speed, but causes them to burn much purer, increasing the chances of getting bonus nuggets and other materials. Okay, so when we make this thing, I'm just going to make... how many bellows can I put on one thing? I'm going to try making a bunch. But anyways, it also changed essentia smelting. Bellows placed on the side of a smelter will greatly increase the heat it generates, allowing items to be broken down into a slurry much quicker. Speed isn't actually too big of an issue. The fact is it gets stuck in here before it can actually run through these things. And it will only transport one type at a time, even if I had multiple. So like if I'm smelting down feathers that have air and volatus, it will do all the air and then all of the volatus and won't do both at the same time, which is kind of an issue. So kind of not that important to use it on the smelter. But anyways, where am I going? Now that we have that, we can take a look at the improved Essentia distillation. While Essentia smelters can be very fast, they could always be faster, especially the speed at which they break down the Essentia slurry into usable Essentia. It should be a simple matter for me to speed this process up. I have discovered a way to make Essentia smelting faster and more efficient. Auxiliary slurry pumps. Each auxiliary slurry pump placed on the side of a smelter acts as a secondary processor, outputting refined Essentia to any alembics placed above it. So this isn't what I'm after, but that is very good. And what's this part 2? Designing the slurry pumps has given me an idea to reduce the amount of flux generated during the smelting process. I should follow up on these ideas as soon as possible. I've discovered a way to manage the flux generated by the smelting process. By running the slurry through a secondary set of venting ports fitted with filters, I'm able to separate the flux and safely vent it as harmless steam. Like the slurry pumps, the vents need to be placed on the side of the smelter. This process will reduce flux produced by about a third, and additional vents will increase this, though there are diminishing returns. Okay, so what he was after... Oh, sorry, Arya. So what I was after might not actually exist, but these things are really good. I feel like what I'm after should exist, but doesn't. It's weird. Like, why can I turn things into primal things, but there doesn't appear to be a way to turn primal into... Yeah, you can't turn primal Essentia into complex Complexia, but you can turn complex Complexia Essentia, blah, words are hard, into primal one. I wish there was a way to do this in reverse, but it apparently isn't. I was hoping that's what this was. Anyways, I do kind of want to make this furnace that I am completely forgetting where it is. It's an artifice. So let me just run and grab a few more pieces of obsidian and just a bucket of lava real quick. It shouldn't take me too long to get those things going, so I'll just see you in a moment. Okay, so I have everything I need to make the infernal furnace. While I was at it, I should have gotten enough stuff for a couple of arcane bellows, but thankfully I already carry that stuff around on me anyways. So, how many of these bellows am I going to be able to make? Kind of as many as I want. Like, I have a lot of available things. So what would I actually want this on? Like, it said the bellows can be used for the furnace, it can be used for this thing, it can be used for the crucible. And so far, I think that's about it, and the only thing I actually care about using it for is the furnace. So that's simple enough. While I was away gathering all that stuff, I did take a quick look for any sort of hint as to what I was talking about, turning primal stuff into complex things, if that even exists. And apparently I should have looked that up beforehand, because no, what I'm actually after doesn't even exist in the mod. Apparently that doesn't exist in any version of Thaumcraft, and I was apparently just completely misremembering something. So, a little bit sad about that, but it's whatever. Anyways, how does this thing go again? I know I have everything I need to make the furnace. Why didn't I already make the bellows? So, I'm assuming the top is... Yeah, the front is going to be the iron bar. So it's a cross of obsidian. Doop, 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 and doop. Build this up. I jumped too high. Like so. I need one more piece there. Then these go up on the sides. Doop. 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 I still have to make the boots, so I'm going to have to start smelting up some feathers in a moment. Come on. Doop, doop, doop. Unless I can find a better source of Volatus, but sadly I haven't been able to locate one so far. But like so. And thus with a dash of magic powder, we now have the infernal furnace. Ooh, so big, so scary. Instead, I can place a chest in front of it. I'm not sure if it meant... I'm not sure which block it meant to place the chest on. Like here? Or like actually in front of it? And I'm assuming that's where the bellows go. Okay, I can fit 3 bellows on it. I might as well. So 1, 2, 3. One, I think it was like this, right? Like so. Gets us 3 arcane bellows. Yay. Scan them for posterity. Actually, some okay amount of stuff in there, but nothing too crazy. Like so. Yeah, that's right. It didn't have the, like, little nub on the side there before. So now, if I toss in, like, something that can usually be smelted up. If I toss in, like, this piece of cobble, we get a piece of stone, and this is in the wrong spot, apparently. Where did that go? Why on earth would you place that there? That's weird. And I have this in my hand, not actually as an item. No, Geist, you're just super annoying. Anyways, so if I place this here instead, use you to break you because I don't feel like pulling out an axe. If I then toss, I don't actually have anything raw on me currently. What can be smelted up? Stone can be not smelted, but another piece of cobble for say. And that did not work. Geist, I swear, I hate your kind so much. I'm curious why that didn't work. It said you could put a chest in front of it and it would get automatically put in there. Unless I missed something or misread something. Missed or misread. Blah. I can place a chest or other container directly in front of the furnace to have it eject items into it. Apparently, no, I can't. I just did that and it didn't work. Uh, no idea about that. That feels like it should work, but isn't. So now, I think I have a little bit of raw cinnabar in here. Yep. This can get tossed in here. Ah, not me. Doop, doop, and doop. Ooh, it gave me a couple of the Quicksilver drops. Oh, I don't have the fireproofing thing on, that's right. I was just, why am I still burning? So, I'm just gonna grab a whole bunch of stuff and just start tossing it in there. Sad part is that thing will create flux, which I have to be careful of. But we also do have the other upgrades to smelter as well, which is here. What do we need for these? Another bellow, that's fine. Brass and iron, simple enough at this point. Filtered essentia, that's essentia, and okay, that makes sense. 2 great wood planks, and this thing's just okay. Yeah, it's just like a whole bunch of simple stuff. I just need to turn it into higher forms. So I think we're also going to make the upgrade to reduce flux and the upgrade to make that thing run faster, because that's just going to be a little bit easier for burning up all these feathers so I can actually get what I'm after. How did Ursus get into the village? Why are there so many Grimm about right now? Usually when I fly over to the village, I leave the zone and that stops things from spawning over here, but I guess not today. Anyways, I'm gonna try dealing with these things real quick so they're not messing with me, and then we're gonna make those. So I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back over here. I've set up part of what we need to do for this in here. All we're missing is this filtered essentia tube and the alchemical construct. The filtered essentia tube, that's simple enough. That's just 1 tube and 1 filter. We already have those waiting around. Huh? Oh, directional if you put it in with water. Interesting, I didn't know that was a thing. Anyways, filtered essentia tube. Thus we get this. We just need this alchemical construct, however this is made. 4 iron plates, 2 essentia tubes. I am going to need more of you, so that's a piece of glass, drop, and plates. Glass, drop, and plates are simple enough. I'm going to need extras of you. So, I have completely forgotten how this went. Glass, drop, and plates. How do you actually go? Oh, yeah, I need a, alchemical brass, that thing as well. That's 8 essentia tubes. Okay, that's that. What else am I missing? 2 of you for those. Essentia valves, those require levers. Simple enough. I always carry some of the stuff on me at all times, just so I have it available anyways. 2 levers, mixed with 2 essentia tubes, gets us 2 essentia valves. Now, final step is putting it all together, because it's just a great wood plane. That's that, that. And it was iron plates on the outside, right? On the corners? Iron plates on the corners. Yes, there we go. I already have 4. I thought I would need more extras. And I'm going to need some essentia. What type specifically, so I'm not just grabbing out everything. Terra and air. Makes sense. I thought it was air, but I did not remember. Also need Terra over here. Kind of forgot to grab those. Now what am I missing? Alchemical constructs. Oh, I have the exact wrong things. Water, Ordo, Perdicio. I had the exact wrong crystals in here. Like so, and we get actually 2 of these. That's perfect, because we want to make the other thing as well. So all of you can just make your way back in here, except for the air, which I didn't have available. And thus we have the auxiliary slurry pump. We just need to put an alembic on this thing as well. Like so, puts it there. Axe to pick you up. I'm just going to do this for right now. We can make more eventually. And all these extra tubes just are kind of just here. Like all of this stuff is just sort of shoved into this corner for right now. How do we make this other thing? The thing that reduces flux. 2 more essentia filters. Simple enough. I have essentia. I already have the filters. I thought it was the filtered tubes, but no, it's just the filters themselves. 2 brass plates, 4 iron plates. A little bit more iron, and we'll be all good. 1, 2, like so. These go in the corners. These go here, and these go here. I'm going to need more filters on hand, because I think this thing's going to require changing them out. At least, that's what this thing does as well, so I'm assuming this will probably be the same. And it said you could line up more vents to make it better, but for right now, I think 1 will do. Auxiliary sump. Auxiliary slurry pump. Blah. Just an auxiliary slump. Just forgot a couple words, or a couple letters. But now we have this thing. So, if I go ahead, I did have volatility. I was looking around for this jar and I skipped over it 12 times or something like that. So if I grab you and a piece of alumentum, let's use sap. Did I not leave any saplings over here? I guess not. Fine, I will use one of these. They're not too expensive. Like so and so. Aha! Why are you no running Volatus through both of them? That doesn't make much sense. That was weird, but this is better, and now should create Lux Flux, which is very nice. I'm gonna need more feathers, though. No way I have enough. Oh, yeah, that's not even close to enough Volatus. Where's my air jar? I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need another one of you as well, because, ugh. Game's not happy about something right there. You clear out the rest of this air, and we're back to Volatus. All of a sudden, for some reason. I'm gonna end up using the rest of my feathers for this. I don't really know what else I need feathers for, but I know they're used for some stuff. 82. And I should get all the volatiles I need out of there. Just upgraded smelters and that. And in just a moment, once this is all run through, I can go make another pair of boots. I'll see you when that's all done, I think. Okay, the stabilizers on this thing are very nice, trying to make sure this thing doesn't go too bad during its during rituals and whatnot. Because after putting these things in place and making sure everything's super symmetrical, I've yet to have a single thing go wrong with an infusion, which is very nice. Of course, I've definitely jinxed this to some degree just there. We also did save 6 Volatis and a couple of Modus. I don't know exactly how much. So it is some degree of savings. I'll have to... I'm just going to put 4 of those things under there as soon as I get the diamonds. I could make one more, and I probably should have done that before doing the ritual. But I'll go gather diamonds before next time, and I think we're just going to make 3 more of those and put them under each thing. But anyways, we definitely got distracted with other things, hoping we could do stuff that apparently we can't do. The other thing I'd wanted to look at was... yeah, just finishing off what this infusion enchantment is about. Maybe even this runic shielding, depending on how long this takes us. How much... Our arcane infusion is 70% done. So we're getting pretty close to finishing it off completely. But anyways, an infusion enchantment. The elemental tools have proven quite useful, but the method I use to enchant them is inflexible. I must discover a way to apply many of the same abilities to nearly any tool or weapon, not just Thaumium tools. A good place to start would be to study a normal enchantment and see how I can apply some of those primitive principles to the infusion process. To arcane infusion, I already gathered that beforehand. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. I have cracked the problem and should now be able to add infusion enchantments to most tools or weapons. Some enchantments can be applied multiple times to the same item, but each rank has an increased essential cost when crafted. Hold on, how is it always nighttime? Like, I don't know how I do this, but every time I record anything, I always hit start recording just as it's turning night, and it happens very, very frequently. Which direction were those coming from? I forgot to pay attention to that part. Northwest. Okay, so the ravine side. Kind of the safest direction for them to come to. And somehow the least safe at the same time. It's a bit weird. They can't get past the ravine, but if they fall into the ravine, they've gotten very good at making it out. It's only happened like twice, but I have had raiders in the village. You lot can go right away. Anyways, I'm gonna kill off the raid so they don't get into the village and hurt any of the citizens. I'll see you once this is dealt with. Okay, where was I? Infusions. But each rank has an increased essential cost. Some enchantments can be stacked multiple times. Makes sense. Each different infusion enchantment on the item also increases the cost by 33% and has an increased chance of giving it a warping property. Certain infusion enchantments can only be applied to specific tools or weapons. This will be listed under each individual entry that follows. Tools with infusion enchantments can still be enchanted with the normal enchanting table and vice versa. Like the elemental tool, sneaking while using it will suppress its abilities. So collector, if you put it on anything, items will come towards you. Burrowing, the farthest block will be broken, so that's basically what the special axe does anyways. Refining will give you clusters instead of... will give you a chance to get clusters, which are nice because they give you extra. Sounding will tell you where good ores are nearby. Destructive. Okay, that's the 3x3 thing. Arcing is just sweeping edge, but better. Essence Harvester. When you kill a creature with a weapon enchanted with this, it has a chance of dropping some of its essence in crystal form. Okay, that sounds cool. Increasing the rank of this enchantment increases the chance of crystals dropping. It may also increase the number dropped. Okay, could I put that on Murdernaster? Will that work with a modded weapon? Because if it can, that would be kind of nice, because zombies and pigs and whatnot, they all have like special things that are a bit harder to get elsewhere. Like if I use this to kill chickens, I'll also have a chance to get the crystals instead of just the feathers, which will increase the odds of it a bit better. And Lamplighter, finally. When you break a block, this enchantment will place an invisible and intangible light source at the location, if the light level is below 10. Okay, interesting. Most exciting one is the Essence Harvester, followed by Refining. But Essence Harvester. An enchanted book, doesn't matter what, a crystal, a whole bunch of Bestia, and Vidium. So Vidium we know how to get now. That's just Netherwort, and we keep growing it and harvesting it. Bestia Essentia, that's in leather, that's in wool. That's not actually too hard to get. Might even... I know I have a whole bunch of Bestia crystals. I don't know if I have any Essentia smelted down yet. Actually, I don't think I do, but it wouldn't be too hard. I am actually curious. I have a whole bunch of enchanted books I don't really plan on using anyways. We could test it out to see if I couldn't put that on my Murdernaster. So, what was it? It was enchanted book, simple. Wrong one, that's arcing. Uh, yeah, it's Viz Crystal, any. As enchanted book, any. Stone, Bestia, Vidium. I only have 18 Vidium currently. Do I have any more Elementum? I do. I'm going to need more Netherwort to make this work. Unless I can find something else with a decent amount of Vidium in it. But that hasn't gone well so far. So I might have to wait on the Netherwort to regrow itself a few more times before I can actually do that. So that might be a theory to test for next time, or if I want to just sit around for that. But anyways, runic shielding. And then it's Thaumium armor, fortress armor, face plates, blah. So I think runic shielding, depending on what this is, might be the last thing I actually care about in Fusion. But the fact that we're only at 70% right now makes me think there's still more in here to unlock, and I just haven't seen it yet. But runic shielding, I need an amber and an arcane infusion. Simple enough. This is going to take me a bit in the table, and I already have like stacks and stacks of amber. So I'll see you once I have an infusion level. Just one sec. Apparently, I was right on the verge of actually getting an infusion point, because I went through once and I only managed to get like one infusion thing, so I only got like 15% or something like that, and it was still enough. Anyways, runic shielding. I forgot to grab the amber. Here we go. It is proven simple enough to enchant objects with offensive and utilitarian abilities, but some defensive abilities would be useful as well. I should investigate this. Okay, rings. My research into protective magics have led me to discover runic shielding. This is not armor in the traditional sense, but in a way of enchanting most baubles and armor to create a barrier of magical energy that wards out most types of damage. The shielding has a pool of hit points from which damage is subtracted first, protecting the wearer from all harm. Once this pool is depleted, the wearer starts taking damage as normal. The pool replenishes over time and requires Viz to replenish its charge, which draws from the aura. An object can be enchanted multiple times to increase the amount of protection it offers, though it becomes more expensive each time. The armor offers no protection from damage suffered due to certain environmental hazards. Okay. So, Runic Shield 1, Runic Shield 2, Runic Shield 3. Runic Shield plus 3, rather. Or, there's a plus there, that's... yeah. Anyways, it's a whole bunch of Vitreous, Munio. Okay, you do have to do it in order. So, Amber and Salus Mundus are fine. A Mundane Ring. Although, from the sounds of it, it's... I don't have a ring on currently. But it didn't... But it did say that it was not just armor, didn't it? Like, it says armor and, where was it? Shielding has a way of enchanting most baubles in armor. Okay, I knew I read that and just could not find it again. Craymunio, Vitreous, and Potentia. That's actually pretty simple, isn't it? Yeah, I already have a whole bunch of Craymunia, Potentia, and Vitreous. 23, 15, 6. How much for level 1? 20, 40, 20. Okay. think I have some extra diamond armor laying around. That will actually get me a whole bunch of the stuff immediately. And if it can, and if it, yeah, and if I do, and we can do this, we'll be able to make this thing, and we're going to be able to try one of the enchanting things immediately. I thought I have extra armor lying around, but I guess I don't have any extra diamond armor then. You have a few extra diamonds. I am going to have to go mining for more anyway, so I could just use this bunch of them. Like, if I just make a pair of boots, what will I get out of it? 45, 45, 12. So sadly, the Premunio is not quite what I was after. 78, 12. Okay, so boots, 45, 45, 12. 56, 56, 12. I think boots are technically more efficient to do it this way. But getting all my Premunio this way is not going to be super effective anyways. It's probably going to be better. Yeah, it would be better just to smelt down diamonds as they are and get armor other ways. So, yeah, I can just do this very quickly. I'll just smelt down a few diamonds, smelt down some of my extra iron stuff I have laying around. I don't even have to do diamonds. I can just do some of these diamond swords. That's going to be better. Actually, I don't even have to use diamonds at all. Amber actually has a decent amount of this stuff too. But I'll just pick up extra Desiderium and extra Aversio this way anyways, see what I can't use those for. So yeah, this isn't actually going to be too difficult. We can try out this runic shielding thing. I just need to get all this stuff smelted up and get it going through. So, potentias, that's going to be like coal, I suppose. Yeah, so this is actually pretty cheap in comparison to what I think, how I think it's going to work and how useful it's going to be. So, yeah, this is just going to take me a few minutes to smelt everything up, so I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, so I went through everything. I smelted up some iron and some leather armor I had laying around, so I actually have some Beastia stored up. I'm just going to have to run through some nether wart once I have some stockpiled, and then we can try the essence gatherer next time. But, place is starting to turn into a huge mess. There's just jars everywhere. I need to build like a downstairs and do like storage for all these things, because I did not make this place big enough. But anyways, I do have a whole bunch of Vitreous, Premunio, and Potentia. Or I say a whole bunch, it's not actually that much, but it is enough to do level 1. Or at least attempt to do this. So, sanity is becoming an issue. I need to make that sanity so pretty soon. But anyways, let's see if this works. It says it will work with most baubles. So I just do that. Place these down nearby. Premunio, Vitreous, and Potentia. These things I'll get back into the base at some point. Amber and Salus Mundus. If this does go wrong, I do have the backups, obviously, because these are cheap materials. I do not, however, have backups of you, so hopefully it doesn't go too poorly. We do have a whole bunch of stabilizers here. Start the thing. Okay, one off of everything. Is it going to start drawing it? Did I not place these close enough? Dangerously unstable. Okay, it is starting to draw it. It was just being a bit slow with that. Okay, it's back to regular. Okay, got it. Was looking a little scary there for a moment. It didn't properly want to draw everything. But stabilizers did their job. And now our Cloud Stepper ring now has Runic Shield 1 on it. I keep pressing the wrong button. So that goes back on. We can't currently see... Can we actually see, like, the health stockpile it has going for it, or no? Or do we just assume, oh yeah, this thing's doing its job? I learned something new from it now. I don't remember what it had before, but I think it might have something special in it now. But that thing actually has 3 feathers in it, but I think it's a bit more expensive to make than that, so... Oh no. So we now have Runic Shield 1 on our Cloud Stepper ring. We suppose the best way to see if that's working would be to take a hit. But I don't know where there's something to give us a good hit. You know what? You know what would be very helpful right now? A Geist. Like, come on. Come on, I want a Geist. Give me a Geist, please. You are a bad test subject. Deathstalkers are not a control group that I want to be messing with. I know I'm immune to Wither now, but I still don't want to be testing with that test group. Come on. I need a Geist. Like, the one time I need a Geist, it's not here. You're kidding me. You're actually kidding me, game. You know what? This is totally on point. Let me head back upstairs. If I wait around in this thing for like 5 minutes, for like 3 minutes, I should see a Geist. Like, that's how often they pop up. But hold on. I need my test group. I need a Geist. Come on. I know you're gonna pop up in just a moment. Or you usually do when I don't want you to. There we go. That took longer than expected. And I actually have to come out to get it. It's not coming at me. Ursa's, you're not my target right now. Come on, Geist. You're the test group. You're the one that's hit me the most. Come on. Hit me once. Usually, when a Geist will hit me once, I'll get knocked down to probably about a 1/4 of my aura bar. Let's see if Runic Shielding 1 will make an actual change to that. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Ow. Okay, it's doing a thing. I have no effect on how it is, but did you see that tiny little particle effect there? This is... Hold on, can you hit me one more time, please? Just... Okay, this will pretty commonly kill me when it hits me. Guys pretty commonly kill me when I run out of aura. Because I refuse to take them seriously, I just can't. I've just stopped taking guys seriously at all. If I fight them seriously, they cannot kill me. But I just give up fighting them seriously most of the time. Can you just hit me one more time, please? Come on, you're my test group. Wow, you are bad for testing purposes. You just need to hit me once. Anyways, apparently it doesn't want to now. But it definitely had an effect. There was a little particle effect that happened. So something definitely happened. And I feel like I took the second hit better. Although that is pure random chance where it ends up hitting, more or less. So I have no idea on that front. But I'm probably going to get runic shielding on everything just to see. Because if I can limit how much damage I take, I am going to. Because, oh boy, records for deaths on the series. But are we up to 200 yet? Was that death 200? Deaths are... Times died, I believe, is what it's under. Number of deaths, 195. So, not quite 200 deaths, but we're probably gonna get there. But, anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time, where we're probably going to try the Essence Harvester enchantment, and between episodes, I'll probably just get Runic Enchantment on everything else, or as much as I possibly can. You know what? I should probably do regular enchantments. I was thinking about this. I don't know if I've done an actual enchantment on a piece of armor using an enchantment table in any series yet. on the channel. Like, I don't think I've used an enchantment table yet. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.